Hey everyone, this is your instructor AJ for MBA 515 Business Environment, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship. So, I wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about this week's discussion. Now, um, I know that you might think, some of you, because I've received emails and questions, that this week's discussion is somewhat complicated, but it's really not. And let me tell you how. Let's just say you are a new business, and this actually goes for existing businesses too. You are a new business, and you are in the market. Like, say the industry and domain. Say you chose finance, and the domain you chose was online banking or an online brokerage service. The first thing you would have to do is look out in the marketplace and see who your competitors are. Look at what your competitors are doing well. Remember to back this up with research. Look at what they're doing well, okay? And if they have a really great platform to where they're generating tons and tons of traffic and creating customers from that platform, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can actually emulate that. So when in your final project, you can say, just as this company did, so shall we, okay? And you can also say, remember differentiation. In other words, your value proposition. Your value proposition is what you're offering to the market. You can say, but we're going to do it this way to make it better for the customer. In other words, you're always looking for something that makes what you're doing just that much better, that will give reason for a customer to come to you, right? And that also includes solving a pain point or a problem that a customer in the market might have. It doesn't matter what the business is. If you see a need, and then also, let me say this. Looking at what those existing businesses in the market already have, you can say the external factors, meaning things outside of your business. Internal is inside of your business, external is outside of your business. You can say, well, this company does that real well, and they are a threat to my company or what I'm trying to start, purely based on the fact that we don't have that ability yet. So that's a weakness, okay? Remember SWOT, SWOT, strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. The strengths and the weaknesses are part of the internal. Strengths and weaknesses are what we call controllable forces. In other words, the things that you can control within your company via some semblance of control, all right? But the external factors, which are opportunities and threats, are things outside, like the things that deal with other companies or outside of your realm of control. So look at what you can in terms of your internal factors. You can say, well, we have the know-how to do this. And based on an external factor of what a company did, like whatever the industry, we're going to actually do what they do, but we're going to do it better. And by doing it better, consumers, customers, whether it's B2C, which is business to consumer, B2B, business to business, or if it's B2G, business to government, they're going to want to do business with us because we're that much better. We can deliver better. We can give them what they need a whole lot better. So, if you are looking at a current business that's already big in the marketplace, say for example, I know one of you guys using Apple, so I'm not going to use Apple as an example, but I'm going to use say Charles Schwab, an online brokerage firm. They're a brokerage firm, but let's just say the online portion, right? Your project can be, like, first of all, they already have an online service. But what can you add to that online service? That will be a new product for your existing business. Like, okay, I'll use Apple to make this more clear. If Apple is great at all these different things, maybe you're going to create a new product for Apple that's an Apple necklace. Like, all you have to do is put the necklace on, and the necklace tracks all your movement and your activity and your running, your jumping, whatever. It tracks all the different things that you do. Uh, um, so it's an existing company, but you're introducing a new product for that company. So think about those sort of things, whether you're creating a business or whether it's a business that's already in existence, how you are going to write that up in your final project. And remember, research is key. Absolutely 100% do your research. Remember, and if you have not, take a look at what I talk about in terms of APA citations and how to cite correctly. Look at my announcements. Look at my feedback and your grading. Just know that this week's discussion is really not that difficult. Look at the internal and external factors, things that are going on with your company that you can control. And remember, the things that you can control if you're a new business, we don't know what those things are. So you can tell people what those things are based on what you can tell me or tell in discussion what those things are based on what's going on in the industry or based on standards in the industry, right? Or an external factor, you can immediately recognize a threat. You can also say, well, case in point with Borders, you could say, hey, look, it's because of Borders didn't adapt to selling books online or renting books online is why they went out of business. That's why Amazon is so strong. Well, one of the reasons. And you can also say, well, like this company, Barnes and Nobles actually adapted to the changing landscape where Borders did not. And so the dissolution of Borders is because they didn't act when they were supposed to, and the survival or sustainability of Barnes and Nobles is because they did. So start thinking about those things and just have fun with this. Have fun. Just tell me what you think based on research, and I guarantee you everything will be fine. You guys are doing great. Okay, you guys are doing great. Like I said, I've extended also the well, if you didn't have an opportunity to turn your paper in for this past Sunday, you have until Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. to submit the paper. So I hope that adds a little clarity. I normally don't talk on and on in this particular video, but I really kind of felt like I needed to give some direction on what you should be doing and thinking about this week for the discussion.